What is it about World Cups and one performance that really captures the campaign, captures the imagination of us, the fans, and also everyone else who's watching from the sidelines? Now, some months back, it was a very emotional Jemimah Rodrigues in a semi-final who played a knock out of her skins. A performance that left us shaken and stirred something in us. Months on, another World Cup and yet another performance has India believing again. Sanju Samson's knock on Sunday felt personal. It shifted something in here for us all. Now, 2 days in two performances in Indian cricket that really reinforced the stature of the sport itself in the country, that Indian cricket cannot forget, that Indian cricket always will inspire. And there is a place for players who are searching for their moment in the sun. Now look, I hate comparisons. They don't really elevate the individual contributions and sound very superficial at some level. Yes, because look at the two match-winning performances that we are speaking of here. Jemimah's mind-blowing innings came in a very different situation against a very different opposition in a semi-final of a World Cup. And then that under-pressure performance cannot be even compared on scale to what Sanju Samson did in a very different match, at a different venue, under different circumstances. But here's what remains the same: how these two superstars combated the doubts in their minds, the doubts that were surrounding them, the nerves, the mental challenges that have plagued them at various parts in their journey, to somehow come out on top and leave the field only after their teams crossed the line. That didn't change for Jemimah or for Sanju. And that's what I want to dive into today. I'll tell you one thing, having played sports professionally myself, being in a squad is not enough. Of course, you can turn around and think how many get a chance to even represent their country in a country that has a population of over 1 billion. Making it to a national squad to represent your country on the world stage, and that to a World Cup, has to be a phenomenal achievement in itself. Yes, that is true. But that still somehow doesn't diminish or smooth over the nagging gloom that comes around you and about you when you just sit on the side and watch everything else happen in front of you. Cheer on the things that are taking shape. Being on the bench sucks. You want to be positive, you want to be there for your teammates, and you want to cheer them on. Yes, you do not want to be the one sulking in the corner and ruining the whole dressing room vibe for the rest. But you had your dreams of playing and contributing for your country and your team on the stage, on the world stage. And watching that slowly wither can be very painful. It can be disheartening and can completely shatter you. And Sanju Samson, even Jemimah Rodrigues, were living parts of that reality. But that's the thing. With Sanju Samson, he did not let that break him. Now, mind you, this is just one World Cup we are looking at. Go back to World Cup 2024 and imagine yourself being in that squad without playing a single game. It can completely leave you in doubt, questioning your own abilities, your own worth in the largest scheme of things. Now, I've heard this from sporting teams that I have traveled with and many others around the world. Every person in a dressing room, in a sporting team, matters. Even the ones not playing, because a winning team is one that has the right synergy, and synergy needs every single person in. So imagine that Sanju reliving that World Cup with nowhere to go. Rohit Sharma, who was the captain of that World Cup winning squad in 2024, when he met the Indian blokes here ahead of their first game of this World Cup, he said this. Sanju Samson's smile, however resigned that may be, was still one that didn't show how dejected he was or how disappointed he's been. In fact, he's never grumbled the life and the chances that he's got, or the choices that he made, or the consequences of those choices that others made that involved him and his selection. Not once, not ever. He always wondered at how far he needed to go, how much more he needed to do or give, and what more could he really do from this point to make his situation, his career somehow work and come alive. And you know what this knock was for him when he put up this post? it was all worth it. What does that really mean? That even now, after all those struggles, after all the what ifs and the drops and the comebacks, it was all worth it. That the past now does not matter. It doesn't hurt that much more. At the present, that this moment when he hit the winning runs against West Indies and took his team into the semi-final was all that he cherished and he remembered. His moment under the sun. Just like when Jemimah stuck it out in the most difficult times and stayed there in the middle against a very dominant Australia in a semi-final, took the game right to the end and watched her partner hit the winning runs. She got the moment she had worked so very hard for. Her moment in the sun. And we need to celebrate that belief. The one that really keeps even the most bruised and the broken going. That gets them to pull out something from the depths of despair, to stay the course and make magic happen. All the years of heartbreak and pain won't have a patch on this very feeling.
Power doesn't end quietly. Some deaths are not accidents. They are messages. A gunshot, a crowd, a country frozen. The killer disappears. The questions don't. This is not just about who died. It's about what followed. Governments fell. Armies moved. History rewrote itself. 5 leaders. 5 moments. One pattern. The assassination.